In today's video, we're going to be talking about homework. The great homework debate, to give or not to give. I'm sure you'll remember doing homework at school when you were sent pages and pages of homework that you had to do in the afternoons after school, at weekends, or even during the holidays. Homework can be a controversial topic between schools and parents. People question whether it is really necessary and beneficial for the students. So in today's video, we are going to be seeing the benefits and drawbacks of having homework. The first advantage that we're going to be talking about is the fact that it reinforces students' learning. When students are sent homework, they reinforce what they have learned in class, which helps them to remember and revise the concepts and information which they have learnt. If you didn't have homework, maybe you wouldn't spend that half an hour or an hour on that subject. So it ensures that you spend time on the content outside of the classroom. This is why homework also encourages independent learning. They become more responsible for their education and have to learn to manage their time. If a student is sent 3 pieces of work from different subjects, then they will have to organize how much time it is going to take them, which piece of work is going to take longer, and this makes them become more responsible and be aware of how long things take to do. Time management is only one of the various skills that completing homework can contribute to. If a student has to read up on a topic before the following class, then they learn how to research different topics. And if they have to reflect on what they have discovered, it contributes to the development of critical thinking. Homework is also useful as a preparation for exams or tests. As I said before, if you are sent homework, you have to revise and you have to spend time on the content. So if you do homework, it will prepare you for the exams because you will have been able to practice and apply what you have learned in class. If you didn't have homework, you probably wouldn't look at the books or your notes until the following lesson that you have. And if you only have 2 hours a week, like on a Tuesday and a Thursday, then by the following Tuesday, you probably won't remember what you had done in the previous lesson. If you do homework, then you will master the concepts quicker, and it means that you won't be lost in the following lesson. You will have a deeper understanding of the material and you will most likely remember it better. The last benefit of having homework is that it makes parents and families more involved in their child's education. By having homework, parents can see what their child is studying at school, and it gives them a chance to talk about these topics maybe over dinner. For example, if a young student is learning about astronomy at school and their parents have helped them while they were doing their homework, they would know that they are learning about space, and maybe if they see something on the news about space, then they would tell their child, which can make it a lot more interesting. Maybe if the child hadn't had homework, then the parents wouldn't know exactly what their child was learning about at school, as many times students leave their books at school or can't exactly remember what they were doing in the lesson. So they don't know what to reply when their parents ask them what they're doing at school. Despite all these benefits, having homework has many drawbacks. The first disadvantage that we're going to talk about is the fact that having homework is very time-consuming. Sometimes students are sent so much homework from different subjects, and often the teachers are not aware that they are being sent so much. This means that when the student gets home, they have to spend hours on end doing their homework when they have just spent more than 6 or 7 hours at school. If a student has extracurricular activities like swimming classes, guitar classes, or maybe they are part of a football club, then they have a very limited amount of time. Imagine if they finish school at 3 o'clock, then they take 1 hour to get home and have dinner, and their football practice is from 6 to 8. They don't have that much time to do the homework. This can affect family time and their sleep because they might go to bed very late as they have stayed up to do their homework in time. As it is so time-consuming, it can also create a lot of stress and pressure for the student. And this can negatively impact their mental health, and they might feel unmotivated and burnt out. Another reason why some people believe that having homework is not beneficial is inequality. Not all of the students have the same amount of support and resources at home. For example, if a student has some English homework and their parents don't speak English, but there is someone else in their class whose parents are fluent in the language, then there is inequality. Not all parents can help their children in the same way, and not all families have got access to the technologies that are required to do some homework. Nowadays, a lot of the homework relies on using the internet and a computer or a tablet or a laptop. So these students would be receiving the same education at school, but it's a totally different situation at home. Some argue that the quality of homework can vary as well, because many students decide to copy their homework from somebody else, or even from the internet. Another disadvantage is the fact that having homework can lead students to only focus on grades rather than enjoying the process of learning. The homework and assignments become an obligation for them, and it might put them off from reading or looking up information for pure pleasure. They might lose their enthusiasm for learning, and having to spend so many hours doing homework after school can lead them to burnout, which in turn can affect their social life and their motivation, as we previously talked about. What do you think? Do you think that having homework has helped you in the past or not? Do you think that students should be sent voluntary work instead of mandatory homework, or do you think that they wouldn't do it? If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video.